A keep-out area is exactly what it sounds like, an area on the PCB that must be clear of components and perhaps even traces and vias. In this slide, I've got 3 examples of devices that contain keep-out areas. CAD software, including KiCad, allows you to mark an area on the PCB as keep-out. In KiCad, you can also configure the keep-out area to prevent the user from adding specific or all types of elements, including footprints, tracks, vias, and cutouts. You can also tell KiCad to apply the keep-out rules to a specific or all copper layers. In these examples, on the top left is an ESP32 dev kit. The ESP32 module contains an integrated antenna that requires a patch of PCB that is clear of components and other traces. And I put that section of the PCB here inside the orange box. You don't want to add any other components in that area in order to not affect the antenna's performance. Note here that the keep-out area must include all copper layers, not just the front one where the antenna actually is. In the second example on the right side of the slide, I show the back and front side of a TFT screen that I use in my Arduino projects. The front side is where the TFT screen is placed. You can see that the screen's ribbon connector is attached to a row of pads in the back of the PCB. We can mark a keep-out area in the front of the PCB only and allow for footprints and traces to be placed on the back of the PCB. As you can see in the second image on the bottom side of the slide, or the bottom right side of the slide, there are a bunch of components in the area where the TFT screen is laid on the front of the same PCB. So you can set here a keep-out area that only affects the front of the PCB and not the back. In the last example, in the middle of the slide, is a UART interface with a voltage slide switch. The slide switch is oriented to its side, and even though the switch notch is very small, it is still a good idea to mark the area below it as a keep-out area, and I've done that with, again, the orange box superimposed on the photograph. This way, there is no risk of placing a footprint by mistake and obstructing the travel path of the notch. However, we can still use that patch of PCB for tracks or vias. With KiCad, you can create keep-out areas of any shape and configure them in almost any way needed.